Oh, 5.4 million on the dive bomb. That's really good. Beautiful. Look at that. We have the unknown fire and poison wyvern incoming. Yes. Dude, look at them all. What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. That's right, playing here on the Alpha Tribe server, having so much fun doing flips. Man, oh man, guys, thank you so very much for coming, hanging out, joining me on the adventures. As you always do, please remember, show that amazing support by slamming that thumbs up button. That's right, and if you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe for the daily Ark awesomeness. Man, oh man, speaking of awesome, last episode we tamed up a bunch of amazing and awesome Prime Indominus Rexes. They are absolute powerhouses. Super cool. We bred them up. We got the creme de la creme of babies. Yeah. And we took on all sorts of bosses with them. And probably is our best boss killers yet this season. So, on that note, I wanted to try and experiment with other guys that might be better. I don't know. Today, I wanted to focus on wyverns. That's right. Right now, I've been currently breeding up Blue Moon and Ninja, our very best prime wyverns. And you can see we got a slew of eggs from them. I'm going to let them continue to breed for a bit longer because I want to make sure I can get the absolute best of them all. Seriously, best of them all. And then we can experiment around with some of their different evolutions. I think that should be pretty cool. And hopefully we'll find something super duper strong. So anyway, I'm going to let that go for a little bit longer. I'm going to take a peek around the server, just see if there's anything else showing up, anything else cool or interesting that we could check out today. But I think it should be pretty cool. So let me go on the hunt and either see you back with something super cool that I find, or we'll go hatch out them eggs. Holy crap, guys, look at this. It looks like it's a normal Prime Wyvern, but no, it says in the tag, Prime Diving Wyvern. I've never seen one of these things before. I'm really curious now. Oh my god, I can't believe it. This is so cool. I wonder if it actually does like diving like a griffin or something. I don't know. Let's find out. All right, it just takes one eternal prime meat. All right, that's cool. Come on, brosy. And it's down. Awesome. All right, let's get that prime meat into him. Come here, brosy. We could do this. We can do this, you and me. It looks kind of smaller than a normal one too, doesn't it? I'm telling you. All right, let's starve it out and yes, we did it. Oh, that is so cool. Holy crud, I can ride it without, I guess you could ride any of them without a saddle. Dude, it definitely seems smaller. I don't even know, bro. That is so cool. Holy crud. All right. What are we gonna do about this? All right, you know what? Let's scoop this guy for now. I'm gonna want to get a saddle for it anyway. Oh my goodness, and we can test them out too. We also got to get back to our eggs because we got to hatch out a slew of them today. But diving wyvern, I'm really curious, super duper curious. All right, let me go get that saddle. And how we doing on our eggs? Oh yeah, we are golden, guys. We are golden. All right, guys, we are back. I made a saddle for it, and check it out. The diving wyvern, it is so neat. Look at how much tinier. It's like a little baby. Seriously, compared to the prime wyverns, I totally love this thing. I think it is so cool. And do we get, let's just see, dive bomb. That is so very neat. It's still got all the other moves too. Yep, it's a fire dragon or a fire wyvern. It's pretty neat. It is definitely pretty neat. We're gonna have to play around with it. However, we have got to hatch out these eggs. Get these going because they take a while to grow up. and I want to be able to do some of it. You know what, we might be, I'm trying to think, we might be able to evolve them while they're still a baby. That's a possibility. Anyway, let's get this going. There's a lot of them. Holy crud. I'm not looking forward to turning them all off, Wander. Let's go. They're probably already starting to hatch. Incoming! Yes! Dude, look at them all! Holy crud! 925 already. Beautiful. 90. Look at how good these are turning out. Holy crap, 905? So 925 thus far is our best on anything. 917. 887. All right, let's keep on going. 880. Oh man, this was a good batch. Getting a lot of ones over 900. That is so cool. All right, what do we got? Cheesy Pades. This is gonna take a while, guys. This is gonna take forever. We definitely, I think, got some twins, if not even triplets. All right, 907, but these are gonna be amazing. Who knows, we might have got a mutation with even, 925, with even better stats. So 925 so far is still the best. 907, but I'm happy with 925. I am quite pleased with that, if that's what we end up with at the highest. And another 899. Dude, that is what's up. Look at them all. Holy crap, the Prime Wyvern army. All right, I'm gonna get them all turned off Wander and whatnot. Let the nanny take care of them while we go test out our new wyvern. So I'll be right back. All right, got all the babies off Wander. They're all set up and the nanny will take care of them so we can go out and have some fun. Oh, I'm so pumped. All right, so let's see how this new diving wyvern does. This is such a cool idea. I really like it. I really like it a lot, and we'll find out if it's actually any good. But I have a feeling it should be decent. All right, let's see what its attacks do before I start bumping any stats into it. We'll start small. Don't want to take on anything too crazy. What is this? That's an alpha. All right, but it is a Prime Wyvern, so it should be immune to like torpor and stuff from elementals. All right, so, whoa! That's not bad. That is really not bad. Flame, wow, 27, and let's see, dive bomb. All right, that time, 252. What? All right, so I did the dive bomb without pressing anything. All right, let's go back up again. So I'm just dive bombing in, not pressing anything on my mouse. Yeah, and it's over double the damage. All right, this time I'm gonna try pressing the mouse button as I land. Oh, it's a little janky, little bit janky. Let's see. All right, it's a little hard to do the dive bombs. I'm sure we'll get better, but yeah, it seems like you just dive straight into the ground and it will just automatically do the extra damage. Yeah, just like that. Did you see that? Holy! All right, not bad. This is so cool. Now, it also has in it the, let's have a look-see. You're able to upgrade it into all these other different types of wyverns, but I have the feeling it loses the diving aspect of it. So that, you know, that's a little sad face. It is what it is. But let's start to pump this guy up. Yeah, I think it should be pretty cool. And let's also get the level up counter because it apparently does not have one built in. Some dinos do, some don't. I don't know why. I think it's just something that's forgot about. All right, let's see. Normal bite now after a few level ups, 500,000. And then, oh, 980 already. That is craziness. Total craziness. All right, what do we get for levels? Another 24. I think we're probably gonna be good enough just from here to get a Dominus. I don't want to take too long with leveling this guy because we got a lot of different types of wyverns to try out. Oh, I pressed a button that time. That was my mistake. All right, 470 on an Indominus. Let's try the dive bomb. Come on, bro. Oh, he moved. You turd nugget. Ooh, I hit something for 1 million. Hold on. Nice. Did you see that? It's got pretty good range and everything. And then our fire. Yeah, not bad. This thing is pretty good. It really is pretty good. I like it being a little bit smaller too. Awesome. All right, and let's just get this Prime. Come here, Prime Rex. All right, so the dive bomb, it's not like the Griffin where you can kind of like run along with it. It's kind of like you just gotta, you have the one hit. That's cool. That is very cool. Now it has no wing swipe. If you press C. All right, ooh, Alpha Corrupted. Very cool, very cool. All right, ooh, we're getting kind of low on health. All right, so from that we should be, yep, we're gonna have enough for max level. Let me get the points in. Oh man, this is gonna be amazing. All right, guys, we are there. I left 105 levels in so we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at max attack and I have 100 levels left to distribute. It's a possibility I'd want some more in speed, but I don't know. Yeah, it does actually seem kind of slow with normal flying, but the dive bomb is super duper fast. That kind of makes up for it. Oh, ooh. Did you see that? If it's not like on flat ground, it's super janky. All right, hold on. Oh, 5.4 million on the dive bomb. That's really good. All right. Normal bite, let's see. 2.3 million, pretty respectable. And then 500,000, easy, over 500,000 on the fire. And that hits multiple times. It's possible the fire attack is the strongest portion of it. All right, come here, let's try this on Indominus. 3.9 million, one shot in Indominus. Wow, that is crazy town. That is so super good. All right, I think I am gonna go some more movement speed. All right, so it gets just 1, and that gave me enough, so if I wanted to get to 200, I could. Let's try it at 130 and see how that feels before we go too crazy. All right, already still want to go faster, but much better on that fly. I just don't want it to make the dive bomb too fast, but it doesn't seem like... Yeah, I feel like it's still controllable at that speed. All right, let's go up to 150 now and just see how that feels. All right, flying wise, loads better. And remember, this guy can fly backwards, so you're able to correct any positioning. It can also sprint fly backwards, and then dive bomb. Oh yeah, that's actually almost, I feel like it went faster there. It's almost easier, I feel like, to control. You know what? I'm just gonna go, how much? We have a lot of health. I'm just gonna go the clean 2. We can always mind wipe it if we need to. And yeah, I think this will be ideal. Super cool. So we have it like a speed one. Oh yeah, world's better. World's better. It's a little hard to control, but I'm sure I get used to it. And oh, I missed. I missed. No, 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 no. Let me up. Let me up. All right. Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah. That's it. What's up? I love this thing. I think it is so cool. It is so stinking cool. Holy crud. All right. Anyway, I like this guy a lot. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, I'm curious. I don't think I can dive bomb stuff while, like a griffin, while it's in the air. Let's, oh, he landed. But that reach is pretty dang good, I do have to admit. That is awesome. All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna tend to my babies. And once they're all grown up, let's quickly level up another one of our really good Prime Wyverns, and then we can evolve it. I think that should be cool. All right, guys, we're back. I AFK'd for a few hours, and yes, we are left with our fully grown babies. These are our very best two, the two 925s, so totally cool, and I'm even having them breed. Oop, look, we just got another egg. Awesome, I'm even having them breed so that we can get even more backups. So let's go ahead, behavior, disable mating. And behavior, disable mating. Beautiful. Let's just toggle this. And look at, we got another 5 eggs. That's super cool. And they should be guaranteed to be a 925. If not, even who knows, higher. Could be a thing. Anyway, yeah. I think I need to go level these guys up to max before I can actually evolve them. Let's just do a single quick bite, and then I'll cut out until I'm maxed. Alright, let's just see. Oh, there's a Dominus. Alright, let's get this guy. So, 91,000. It's actually weaker. Look at that. I think then the flying one. Didn't the flying one do 101 damage? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely. Alright, I'm going to get this guy maxed out. I'm going to get the other one maxed out as well, because they're identical. Yeah, it should be cool. Alright, first Wyvern is maxed out. Let's just real quick see. What does it hit for? Ooh, 1.9 million. Let me just make sure that wasn't mate boosted. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. The bite's doing 1.9. So yeah, that flying one, or that diving one, is more powerful. That's kind of funny. And then on a Dominus, 1.4. Alright, but those are important numbers to know just because we want to see how it compares once we evolve them. Alright, I'm going to get the other one maxed out too, and I'll meet you back at the base. Alright, both Wyverns are maxed out, max level, and that's important because there's a good chance that the evolution will start at the level that this guy is now. So anyway, I've got all the stuff in there to do it. Ooh, I should have had all the stuff in there to do it. What the crap happened? Alright, Fire Wyvern. Bada boom and bada boom. Beautiful. Alright, so we're about to get the Fire Wyvern incoming. And next, let's get the Poison Wyvern incoming. Awesome. You know what happened when I pulled all the stuff? It pulled it from one to another. Alright, hopefully they're far enough apart that it won't affect them. I know in some mods when there's evolutions, if you have two right next to each other, it might actually evolve the wrong one. But we should hopefully be good. Alright, almost done crafting, so it's got to craft it first. There we go. And then the evolution starts. Nice! Ooh, that was super quick. I did not expect it that quick. Alright, and next one. How we doing? Oop, there we go, there we go. And, alright, other one's out. And beautiful! Look at that! We have the Unknown Fire and Poison Wyvern. They're completely new creatures, so you gotta turn off all their shenanigans. I can ride it without a saddle. That's pretty cool. Although, I made new saddles just for these guys, so hopefully they work. I have alpha saddles. Beautiful, and it does, and it's got a costume slot too. So if you want to do that, whoa. It's weird how there's those after effects. All right, beautiful. We got saddles for both. All right, so what it says about each of these, this one's the fire one, but it also supposedly is the most powerful. Then you have the poison, which should do torpor damage at the cost of likely either health or power or both. And then there's the lightning one that I'm not a huge fan of because it is too fast to control. At least it was last time I used it. So anyway, why don't we go out on the power one first? And by the way, if you don't like these blocky Minecraft looking skins, you are able to put different skins to change their look. But I don't know. I like the look of these. I think they're pretty cool. So, what is this guy going to hit for? We were hitting prior, I think it was like 80 or 90,000. Let's see. Ooh, let's not hit that guy first. Let's hit something that's not going to resist us so that we can see the true max damage. All right, come here, bro. Oh man, that's hard. 119, not bad. All right, not bad at all. I didn't even check. It does completely give you new stats. All right, let's see. And then we get a fire laser. Ooh, and that hits for 19.9. Not bad. All right, come here, bro. Come on, you gotta die now. Holy crap, but that laser lasts a long time. All right, beautiful. We got some foods. Got some foods. We got a lot of stuff to do today, so let's just carry it on. Beautiful, and look at that, already 140. Holy crap, and do you see the stats? So it did get to keep the level. So if you upgraded it immediately without maxing it out first, you'd get a way lower level one of these guys, and it wouldn't be nearly as good. So yeah, it's important that we did that first. Good lord, this thing is going to be a powerhouse. All right, so obviously max attack. Let's just see. Ooh, Prime. Is that an Indom? No, it's a Rex. All right, here we go. Bam! Not bad. So on the primes, it resisted, giving us a clean million thus far, and 1.4 on the anything that's non-prime or Indominus. That is not bad. I think we should easily be able to take out an Indominus Dodo Rex now. Nice. Annihilated. All right, and that should give us enough to completely max out the level. Yep, there we go. Let me get it maxed out. All right, and just like I did on the flying one, I left it with 105 levels so we can get our max attack. Beautiful, 255, and depending on if I want more health or speed. This guy's pretty fast though. Possibly could use a little bit more speed. Not necessity, but possibly. All right, laser. Oh, I totally whiffed there. Wow, 500,000. And of course that hits like a cajillion times if you get something that doesn't, you know, croak in the first hit. My goodness. And then the bite. What does the bite do? Come on, show me how powerful you are. Be amazing. Come on. 2.5, not bad. Ooh, we got a Prime Carno. Good Lord. All right, ooh. All right, let's try the laser on this guy. Wow, look at that. It just melts the crap out of him. That is so good. So yeah, this guy's pretty powerful. I'll be honest with you, I would have hoped for a little bit more, but it is not bad. It's in line with what all the other stuff on the Wyvern was. Let's just see what we got stat-wise to see if we got shafted. 207. That's not bad and you know, it's actually fairly well-rounded. It is possible I could have got better in the melee stat, but all things equal, that is its best stat. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. It's got all the same stuff that a Wyvern can do. Its health is unreal. I mean, just look at the amount of health. We could easily get to 1 billion. I think I'm gonna actually go up to 130 on it. And this is absolutely gonna be something we use to take on bosses. So I wanna have major health. The stamina's pretty good. It's possible you could want, wait, no, never mind. I was looking at the oxygen. Stamina is just fine. All right, and I believe we have over 1 billion health. I think we have 1.1 billion. At least 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like 1.1 billion. That is craziness. That is so much health. Probably one of the highest of anything that we have. So, I mean, I'm digging it. Overall, I am totally digging it. Come here. I mean, we're able to take on Indominus, no problem. It's still, though, not our strongest creature. So, you know, something to consider. But that laser, dude, that laser is crazy strong. It's probably our best way to go. If something takes lasers, some stuff may be immune. But anything that's not immune, oh yeah. Very likely the way to go. All right, let's see. It's fine. Hopefully, there's usually a bunch of shenanigans over here. Let's try one of these snakes. Get wrecked! Did I get him? Did I get him? He's a little bit harder to aim at. All right, let's try the Broodmother. Yeah, look at that. Melted. Absolutely melted. Let's see. Does this guy get hurt by it? Melted. Everything just melts. That is so good. And what's kind of nice too is that I think it leaves the body so that you can decide whether you want to harvest it or not. Because of course, when I harvest this, there's the chance something crazier spawns in. And it looks like we didn't have anything crazier. Now, can this guy swim? Oh, it can swim. It can just fly underwater. That is so cool. I love them. I totally love them. My goodness. All right, come here, bro. Get melted. Yeah, for a flyer, this is pretty amazing. Absolutely pretty amazing. All right, let's go back. Let's try the poison one now. Let's see what's up with that. Alright guys, on the Poison Unknown. As I recall, this at one point, and likely still is, the best knockout artist in the game. I don't know, those boas are pretty good. But as you can see, its bite, I'm only hitting for 7,000. That is so low. 10,000. That's wicked low. But how are we doing damage-wise? Or torpor-wise? Look at that. Almost knocked out the Indominus. So yeah, this isn't necessarily what you'd want to use for attacking, you know, but if you're just trying to knock something out, you know, very little risk of them dying. Plus you get all the immunities that a Prime would, and likely even more. Look at that. All right, now I also can knock out stuff with the laser, I believe. Yeah, I can, but the advantage of the laser is it actually hits for a lot in comparison to the other stuff. So let's start to boost this guy. The only thing is getting those first levels is gonna be a pain in the neck. If you want to actually kill something, I think you gotta, the laser is gonna be your way to go. Likely. We'll see. Oh my goodness, this is going to take a long time to level. Just because of how it is. Jeezy Peds. Alright, let me get some actual decent levels into this guy. Once I get the attack up high enough. But otherwise, you can see this is going to take a while. Oh my goodness. But again, it's meant to be a knockout artist. You know what? I just found out this guy has a C, which does a wing swipe, which you can see is doing 65,000 versus the bite, which is only doing on that guy 9,000. That's the way to go. Yeah, that is the way to go, especially for when you're trying to start to get levels. But it does have a range of attacks. Now, if you're in the air and you do this, I believe it just does a pickup, which is not ideal, but look at that Indom. It gave us mad levels. All right, let me boost up to max attack. All right, last levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're at max attack now. Definitely not max level, but look at that. All right, so we still can hit for in the millions with the wing swipe, but we gotta be landed when we do that. All right, good to know. It does give more, viability to this guy. Otherwise, and that's with the C that I did the wing swipe, you gotta be landed for that to work. Let me just make sure. Is there Control R, X? No, it doesn't seem like there's anything else. R, nope. So wing swipe is that. Yeah, that is awesome. A huge AoE. Otherwise, look at that. At max attack, I only hit for 215. That's pretty reasonable. That is very reasonable. So if I wanted to, I could even have two. Ooh, that's super rare. That is super rare. Oh, I'm gonna leave that. Frogman might be interested. But as I was saying, you could have two of them. One of them that you don't put much melee into, and the other you put major melee into. All right, now so wing swipe, does that do torpor? Yes, it does. Look at that. Not much, but it does do it. Whereas the other one instant knocks out. All right, and even the laser now, it's at decent numbers. It's at numbers high enough that I can kill stuff, but, you know, so if you're in the air and you want to get stuff. But yeah, the wing swipe, way to go for most everything else. And probably for your bossing. Although that's a slower attack, you know, all in all, a much slower attack. So it wouldn't necessarily be the best bossing creature. At least, I mean, this one wouldn't be your best bossing creature anyway, so doesn't really matter. I dig it though. This is awesome. This is totally awesome, and for sure is going to be our go-to. Let's just try a couple of other creatures. Ooh, wow. Let's go to that 130 again. I thought that was a pretty decent enough speed. Let's just try that out for a moment. Yeah, I think that is more than decent for speed. And very controllable. Although, this guy does have such high attack. You know what? I'm going to go up to 150, and we'll stop there. And I think that'll be perfect. Again, I can always mind wipe these guys, make them different. All right, last few, and bada boom, maxed out. Awesome. Awesome. Get level so quick, as soon as he can get to the Indominus tier. All right, so let's try some other stuff that is normally difficult to knock out. Holy crap, Corrupted Reaper King. Bam, one bite, and we defeated him. All right, that was a vanilla-ish thing. That didn't count. Did not count. Let's find something else. Can we find one of those snaky snakes? I'm really curious about that, because those guys are a pain in the butt. But I mean, this would be ideal likely for the armored dudes. You know what I'm saying? Oh. All right, let's see if we can get this dude with the wing swipe. Should be 2 wing swipes. This guy doesn't even take torpor. Nice. All right, you gonna do anything? By the way, did that give me something? I felt like it said something now. Nope, 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 nothing, nothing. All right, moving on, moving on. All right, there we go. We got a snake. Let's try a single bite, and that's a 560. Oh crap, you're hard to hit, bro. Holy crap, you're hard to hit. All right, there we go. 1 hit, and look at that. It almost insta knocks it out. That is craziness. All right, let's try a few other things. I'm so glad we did this guy. Oh my goodness, it's gonna make our life so much easier. All right, we got a prime. Bam. And knocked out Yudi. Dude, it is so good. Just the amount of torpor it does compared to the power. It's just unreal. We likely didn't even have to boost it to max. I just wanted it. You know, there's just something that's so much cooler about a max attack creature. All right, you, sir, would you? Yep, you'll survive, because anything that's under 215,000, which anything cool is going to be above that. So that's very awesome. Ooh, cursed. I don't think you can tame cursed, but we can knock them out. That's for dang sure. Good lord, this is amazing. So very amazing. And you can fly, and you have the most crazy health. All right, anything else interesting while we're around here? I mean, I think we've showcased it for the most part of anything that we'd care about. All right, we got a little dragon here. Come here. Oh, let's try that. All right, got a few hits in. Knocked out. It's amazing. It is truly and utterly amazing. I don't think there's anything else that compares. I already like it better than the boa. It is so much easier to control. Don't have the chance of doing the double hits. You know what I'm saying? That we have with the snake. And the snake just did too much damage. So, anyway, we are golden. I totally love it. Is there anybody else? I know there is another Indominus around here. Ooh, all right, let's try the Manticore. I'm not going to tame him, but I just want to see. Can I get a bite in? Can I bite you, bro? And out. Look at that. And the guy next to him, too. Didn't even mean to. And bite. Out. Done. This is insane. Prime Dragon. All right, come here, Prime Dragon. Oh, that's a nice dragon. Whatever. You're out too, bro. You are out too. And who else we got here? Oh, come here, bro. Bite. And you're done. Dude, it knocks him out so quick. I love this guy. It is so awesome. All right, well, we tested out 3 different wyverns today. The 2 amazing unknowns, which I love both of them. Totally love both of them. We got our best knockout artist ever now. So very cool. And we got a diving wyvern, which is even stronger than a prime. You just can't get much better. Seriously. The Wyvern Squad. The Wyvern Crew. I don't even know what to call them. You guys should help me come up with a name. But on that note, yeah, I think it's that time. Let me go through those comments. All right, guys, I just finished going through the comments, and yes, it is that time. That's right. time to name the dinos! For those of you that do not know, at the end of every single episode, I go through the comments of the previous episode and I pick out all the most awesomest name suggestions that you guys leave in the down there. That's right, just remember, if you want to have a chance at getting your name chosen, all you gotta do is be a subscriber, so smash that subscribe button and comment down below. It is just that easy. Anyway, for today, we have the Prime Indominus Rexes to name. We're just going to be naming the two best babies, and I wanted to go with blue names. So, I liked Blue Cheese, that was pretty cool, but didn't go with it. I ended up going with Blue Star and Bluetooth. I love it. Very cool names. Totally awesome, guys. For next episode, we're just going to be naming the two Unknown Wyverns. Cool. And our new Diving Wyvern. I think it should be pretty epic. So make sure to leave those name suggestions down below. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Show that amazing support for the series by smashing that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe for the daily arc awesomeness. And as always, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again and peace out.